Hi, everyone, welcome to Style3D channel. In this video you will learn the features of the property editor. So let's get started. Through these lessons, we've also learned that different materials and tools correspond to different attributes that need to be edited. For example, when selecting a model, no matter which part of the model you focus on, you can edit the attributes specific to that part. Here, you can choose the appearance of the model you need, and click Edit Avatar to edit the model's basic information. Additionally, you can edit the model's expression. There are two places where expression editing can be done. One is in the Virtual Model Editing window, where you can customize the parameters of the expression details, and the other is in the Property Editor, where you can select preset expressions. Furthermore, you can adjust whether the model's body, hair, shoes, and accessories should participate in collision, and whether the model should be included in the simulation, as well as information about its surface simulation. Under the Material category, you can select and edit hair, underwear, shoes, and other accessories. These selections can be made directly here. This is quite similar to the model content in the material library. Next, you can edit the model's materials, including underwear, skin, hair, and shoes. The skin is further categorized into different parts, such as body, face, eyebrows, and so on. Additionally, you can change the rendering type and texture, all following the PBR process. By default, the model cannot be moved or repositioned. However, if you wish to place the model in any position, you need to unfreeze it here. Once you click on the model, coordinates will appear. From there, you can rotate or move the model freely. The second key attribute editing feature is the fabric. First, you can change the simulation properties, with the most important being the particle distance. Particle distance determines the level of detail in the pattern simulation, so to achieve a better simulation effect, the particle distance should be slightly reduced. However, reducing the particle distance means the overall mesh will become larger, making the project heavier and decreasing simulation speed. Therefore, generally, particle spacing should not be set too small except for special cases. A range of 5 to 8 is usually ideal. In the simulation attributes, there is also a setting for layers. As discussed earlier, when setting layers, high layer patterns will appear in the outermost layer in the 3D view. Below are options for extra render thickness and extra collision thickness. Render thickness refers to the actual thickness of the pattern, and if this is increased, the pattern will appear thicker in the 3D view. However, this does not affect the simulation itself. The effect on the simulation is influenced by the extra collision thickness. For example, setting the simulation thickness to 8 will cause the fabric to separate from the model's skin. It is generally not recommended to change the fabric thickness through extra render thickness and extra collision thickness. You should edit the real fabric thickness under the Edit Fabric Style section. At the bottom of the page, find Thickness. This is the true thickness information of the pattern. This thickness information also reflects on the render and simulation. Next, we have two options under the simulation properties: Shrinkage Ratio Warp and Shrinkage Ratio Weft. These will not change the size of the pattern in the 2D window. They will affect the stretching effect of the mesh in the 3D view. For example, setting the weft shrinkage to 150 will not change the pattern in the 2D window. But in the 3D view, the pattern will be stretched by 1.5 times along the weft direction. The same principle applies to warp shrinkage. At the bottom, you can see the pressure. When the pressure is set to a positive value, the pattern will expand outward. If set to a negative value, it will contract inward. This feature is particularly useful for simulating thick clothes like down jackets or cotton coats. Next, under the fabric options. The first section is to edit fabric style. The top option is the material properties. You can edit the fabric's material and texture. The second option is the physical properties. This reflects how the fabric behaves physically in the 3D window. The specific operations related to these properties are explained in dedicated lessons. Going back to the previous level. You can also see other information about the fabric, such as bonding and skiving. Bonding adds a physical property to the surface of the fabric, making it less likely to deform and stiffer. This property is also editable. Skiving weakens the physical properties of the fabric. See the solidify above. You can control the strength of the hardening effect. Under the edge properties, you can edit the fabric's edges, which is similar to the edge editing in pattern editing. You can also find information about other physical properties of the pattern, such as buttons, buttonholes, and zippers. That's it, guys, and I hope some of the tips will help your modeling work. If you like what we do, please liking, commenting, and sharing this video. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in next video. Goodbye.